Hey everybody, welcome to the Midwest Best Podcast, coming to you live from the sunny tundra that is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, your one-stop shop for two-bit takes on the questions and topics that pique the interest of the universe. Nothing we say is expected to be taken seriously, but don't take us lightly because we're dangerous people with opinions. Ooh.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, here we go. Today with us we have Jack at J_HD20, Brendan
Sir.
at Babalu is back. Bobalu is BACK. And we have Broderick Wedland. I do not know your Twitter at. I don't think you have a Twitter. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I do have a Twitter.
He does?
Go ahead and plug that shit.
It's very childish, but it's at D_only_Bubba.
D_only_Bubba. D only Bubba.
Yes.
All right.
Take that.
This is our first ever podcast, boys. Remember this moment because we're going to skyrocket straight to fuck. I'm excited.
Oh,
and I'm the one who is going to swear all this. Get the fuck out of here.
My bad. That's not me.
Okay. Oh,
Shit.
man. Hey, before we do anything more, shout
Yes.
out to Alan from high school.
Dude, yeah, Alan from high
Big
school.
shout out.
If you are
Alan from high school.
If you are in the chat right now listening to us, shout out to Alan from high school. I hope you're here. We're having a good time. We hope you are too.
Big time. Big time.
Sure.
I
All
think-
right, so I'm going to start us off here. I think I have the first topic. My question that I'm going to pose to the panel is, what's wrong with bandwagon fans? I don't condone bandwagons by any means, but what is wrong with just liking winners, just being loyal to champions rather than someone close to you?
I say nothing. I am a perennial bandwagon fan.
It's true. Every year, Patriots fan.
I have a Patriots beanie and I have a Patriots fucking shirt and a sweatshirt even. I have 3 Patriots paraphernalia. I have probably 2 Vikings paraphernalia, and that's I have way more than that, to be honest. But thinking about it,
I was
way
going to
more
say,
than that.
that's not.
But I am a diehard Vikings fan, and every year we never make the fucking playoffs, or we never get anywhere in the playoffs. And if we get somewhere, it's
Never
always
get past the
heart
first
crushing
round.
defeat. I always flop to the fucking Patriots. I am swearing way too much. We always flop to the Patriots, and it's
See, I think that's just more of like a fallback team rather than like a bandwagon team, though. Because like if the Chiefs win right now, if the Chiefs come back and like Pat Mahomes pulls it off or whatever and like wins the title, are you going to be a Chiefs fan now?
no, I'm actually not.
See, that's not being a bandwagon fan then. You
That's
know what I mean?
true. I get what you're saying because
So
I always justified it by saying the Patriots are my AFC team.
there
Right.
you go. There you go.
Okay.
See, as a Minnesota fan for every sport, I've always had playoff teams.
Right.
I do have a big problem with bandwagon fans, and the reason why is because I'm big on loyalty. So if you're a bandwagon fan jumping from team to team, I'm not a big fan of that.
See, and because me personally, the reason I don't condone bandwagon fans is because I'm very much one of those people who like, as on a personal level, like if you're not with me during my lows, then you can't be there with me during my highs.
Right.
So that's why I don't like bandwagon fans, is because of like a personal level type thing too. Because like I've got like you three, I've got like a whole bunch of other friends like from high school and from college and like just miscellaneous people that I've met along the way, who are like the real ones who like, if for some reason I got big overnight for something, something good, then they'd be right there with me. Like you guys, all of them, everybody would be with me. Anybody else, any of the fakes and stuff like that, I wouldn't bring with me. So that's why I don't like bandwagon fans, because that's the same as being like a flaky, fake person in real life. You know what I mean?
I hope the Vikings take me with them whenever they win.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have as much of a problem. Not that I like it or anything like that, but I don't feel like what it would be personally for me if I joined on someone who's all of a sudden good every, so often, and switch teams every so often. It'd be, do you really feel like you're winning with them?
Yeah.
Right.
If you're not
Do you feel
there
like you've
during,
earned? Yeah.
Because
now,
yeah.
if somebody's like a bandwagon, like say they jumped on basketball late, but they didn't want to be the bandwagon fan, so they dropped onto the 76ers early in their tank fest. You know, that you feel appreciative towards. You know, you're like, wow, we're almost there. But yeah, you're just jumping on to like Seattle the one year they're bad, and all of a sudden they're great again.
Yeah.
See, speaking of that though, I've basically just become a Bucks fan in the NBA, and I don't feel like I'm a bandwagon, only because the Bucks. I mean, I guess they've been kind of on the rise, but I fell off the Timberwolves wagon because I just can't stand their players and how they act. And they were a team on the rise. They're still a team on the rise, right? I mean, they're coming. Yeah. They're coming eventually, I feel. But I guess the Bucks kind of had a chance to make the finals now. So I guess I kind of feel like a bandwagoner.
I mean, you have one Bucks hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I've never had any Timberwolves stuff. But I've seen, like you said, I've never really been an NBA fan until like relatively recently.
Yeah, you're more of the. I really love watching Giannis play.
Yes.
I'm gonna join on the Bucks, and they still weren't all that good. Like Giannis was good when you started kind of cheering for them. Their overall team wasn't very good.
And that was also part of my thing on this topic too. Is I would say it's also more appropriate and more acceptable, on a wider basis, to be a bandwagon of a player than it is for a team.
Oh, I think so.
I think like it's more widely accepted to just be like, hey, I'm a like your example that you were using like for Lucas, where he's like, I'm a Giannis fan now, and you just stick with him. Like if he got traded right now to, I don't know, like those Sacramento Kings,
I would
you'd
be
probably
a Kings
follow
fan.
him to Sacramento.
I'd be a Kings fan. Yep.
Exactly, and that's a lot more acceptable in my mind, and I think to a lot of people in their minds as well, to be more of a bandwagon fan for a player rather than a team.
That Bucks hat has a Giannis signature on the back. Hell yeah.
There you go.
You get me. You get me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like my coworker, he's a Peyton Manning guy. So he was a Colts fan, and then when he went to the Broncos, he's a Broncos fan. Now he's just a Broncos fan.
He just left it there with that team. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd go back to the Colts. They're looking a little better.
He just stayed with the.
That's rough now.
Yeah, Broncos are sad.
It's rough now. But...
What do you got? Phillip Lindsay and Von Miller, and that's it.
I mean, there's more on that defense, but
they've got an okay defense. They got some good D linemen, I feel, and then their cornerbacks are getting old. And that's the problem. Chris Harris Jr. is their best cornerback.
Their corners aren't
suspect.
Great. But...
So this all brings me back to a point that I had in my notes here, and that's this was far down on the list because I didn't think it'd be this quick, but my question was, how long before you run out of ideas and make this a sports-only podcast?
Honestly,
and it's so funny because Alan from high school, our boy, he called this shit. He said, you guys will be talking about football. That's about it. I'm like, nah, we got this. I believe in us. We got this. Nope, here we are. We are.
And like I've been telling people, everybody like who I've told about it, I've been like, hey, this is going to be like a sports podcast, but we'll also talk about other stuff that's going on too, like other topical stuff, rather than just sports.
Yeah, so, honestly, what I see this podcast like turning into is a lot like, so NASCAR.com has a podcast called Glass Case of Emotion.
Okay.
So, and it's with Ryan Blaney, a NASCAR driver, and then other people who work for NASCAR. So, like, they talk about NASCAR, but usually they're all over the fucking board.
Yeah.
But they always somewhat come back to their roots, but that's kind of what I feel like this is going to be. It's mostly going to probably be sports, but some other shit sprinkled in here and there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly what I was kind of hoping for. So it's like my entire personality. It's video games, sports, and yep, that's about it. That's Lucas Lavacek in a nutshell.
Yeah, no,
I was like, he's gonna add a third one.
I had nothing. I'm like, ooh, that's it. That's my life. Oh, anime. I guess that's anime, but nobody here cares about that. If we ever get Alan from high school in here, we might have a conversation about that.
I mean, depending on the anime, maybe, but
You ever watch?
Lucas, have you seen JoJo's?
I have not all of it, but I've kind of started watching it on Netflix recently. Yeah,
Is it okay? Good.
it's if you aren't like big into anime, I think you're gonna hate it if you watch it. But if you're like okay with like anime tropes, it's just like over the top shit is basically what JoJo's Adventure is.
And yeah, I have a group of friends like it's JoJo's. They watch JoJo's. They talk about JoJo's here and there. But a lot of their jokes and like memes are JoJo's, and it's like I feel like I'm not gonna like it from everything I know.
Yeah.
The only thing I really like is that pretty much all their names are just based off of famous bands.
Yes, that's actually the one cool thing about it. Like there's like Baron Zeppeli, he's supposed to be like Led Zeppelin. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool stuff like that.
that's awesome. I like that.
But yeah, if you go on YouTube and just watch like JoJo Bizarre Adventure funny moments, you'll get the gist of it, and you'll be like, this is funny. I don't need to watch this, but I enjoy what I'm looking at right now. That's funny. Like that's pretty much what I've done.
Game Grumps for me. That's like, because I can watch a couple of Game Grumps episodes here and there, but I can't watch them fully through because it's like there are moments where it drags, which I'm sure is how people are going to feel about this.
I haven't been able to watch that like through and through since John left, and I kind of started watching it with and really Dan's funny. Dan's a funny guy. Aaron's
Dan's
great.
hilarious.
He can carry a conversation forever, but it's just like I'd rather just have the highlights, the spark notes on it, because sometimes it just gets kind of like repetitive.
If it's not verses, I'm not always in on it.
True.
Yeah.
But see, how do you? So Aaron's been doing this for, he's probably been doing it for better part of a decade now, hasn't he?
I think it's 6 years. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Close to.
How long before he just burnt out on it? Just like so, JonTron left, and that's because he was burnt out on it. He only did it for 3-4 years, probably.
It was like a year and a half because
Is that all it was?
Dan joined in like 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did do you know when it started?
2013, I think early 2013.
Man, that's wild that you just know that off the top of your head. I respect that. That's just knowledge. Knowledge.
I only remember that because they said it in one of the last episodes that I had seen.
Okay.
They had talked about how long have we been doing this? It's like I think since 2013. So.
Good God. Good for them. And they're just making.
Yeah, I mean, it pays their bills.
Yeah, I mean, pays their bills and then some. Probably pays for a Ferrari if they wanted it.
Yeah.
Good Lord. They sell their T-shirts. I've always wondered, does anybody know how much capital it takes to, like, sell T-shirts? Like, how much money do you have to put into that to have these T-shirts sell? Or is it just...
It depends.
Okay.
It also depends on what you're, like, trying to sell on. Like, if we're doing this podcast and trying to sell shirts, we're going to need to follow it.
Right. So
it's not going to cost much to get into it. It's because the more T-shirts you buy, the cheaper each T-shirt gets, pretty much.
Okay.
And so they all gets produced of whatever image or text you want. Like if you're going to do Etsy, you could probably make a limited run of 20 T-shirts. We'll say they probably would ring you about $10 a piece.
And we could sell them for $20.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And so you make 200 of your initial 200.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can always do like a fast food
obviously,
law of thirds and just sell everything for 3 times as much as it costs for us to make it.
Hey, let's not give our business strategies away to the people. Huh?
Plus, they have a lot more capital where they can buy so much that's why it costs so little.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. See, I was wondering, like, I guess if we're like in with a T-shirt company, if we had a following, if we, had that, I wondered if like some of these companies, like Game Grumps, even, I hear stuff about like Shark Robots, ones they use, I guess, but
I mean,
do they have to buy the shirts before they get? I suppose they do have to buy it before they get sold, or can you do like a buy to ship to basis? You know what I'm saying? Like the orders come in, you buy them, you have the print you want, and you just have that they're directly sent.
I think you can. I think that's where your profit is very little.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
That would
because
make
like I said, the more you get done at a time, the cheaper it'll be. Because then
Oh, so you're
gonna
buying
have
bulk.
To, yes, you buy in bulk because it's going to cost you a lot less.
Now we're an economics podcast. Here we go. Isn't this great?
There we go.
We're moving along.
Well, I mean, this kind of directly relates to my major, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of glad we have a kind of a broad spectrum here of walks of life. It's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got art major, audio major, flunked out of
Jesus.
Iowa.
God. Hey,
God,
he's a fucking party. He's a party
pre-med.
major. You jackass.
Pre-med.
Leave him
God
alone.
damn it. Flunked out of pre-med. That's how I always refer to Jack.
Hell yeah, baby.
He's living his best life.
$30,000 later.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, brother.
Yeah. Don't go to 4-year universities, kiddos. Just do
Yeah,
community
no,
colleges. And...
Not only that, just don't go to D1 if you're not fully committed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's solid advice. So I mean, shit, DSU is the price of a tech school for on par with it, but you had to go 2 more years, so it ends up being more expensive, but it was nice.
They like those 4-year degrees though, usually with majors,
Yeah.
Or businesses. They like those 4 years.
But also they look at your major and they say, I don't give a fuck. What can you do?
Right.
That's the thing. Is
yeah, absolutely.
Ever since I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, I was going to say, for my major of graphic design, if I had the money, I would have went to a graphic design school in Omaha.
Was that like Full Sail or something, or?
It's basically like all they do is graphic design. They teach you some other things that they have to teach you so you can actually get the degree. But you're 2 years, and then the 3rd year is optional, but is highly recommended because it's a bunch of business factors for running your own stuff.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
God.
But tuition is $33,000 a year, and I did not have that kind of capital.
Son of a, I wouldn't have that either. But see, if
and
you go to that
also
type
had
of
to pay
school,
for your rent in Omaha, downtown Omaha.
They don't have like what do you call them, dorms or anything?
No, they said they would group us up with students. You can pretty much do 4 to. It was, I think, only a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then your rent is about $250 a month. They said if you had so many roommates, it's not terrible, but you're on top of everything else you're paying for the school.
Yeah,
it's not great.
Then you got to live
Not
with
worth it.
people. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? See, that'd be the smarter option because what I wish I would have done coming out of college and trying to find a job, I realized I wish I would have just found a way to get my foot in the door anywhere.
Yes.
Or just started making things. But the problem with me was I didn't know what I wanted to do until I got into college because I was a graphic design major my first semester there. And then I found out, you have an audio design or audio major here? Like, hell yeah, sign me up. And I did that throughout. But I guess a lot of people, they go in, they still don't know what they want. They just do generals their whole life. And that's kind of sad. But
Yeah. I wish I did a bunch of in my free time, just a bunch of work, keep my portfolio just churning out content, and also interning like every summer.
yes.
That way you hit 4 different places where you're sort of in the door at least.
Yeah, and then worst case scenario, you've got 4 different fallbacks.
Yeah.
And,
Whether they want you or not, somebody will. It's like, oh, this kid has some experience. He has some work already out there. Why not? Hell yeah. I completely get that.
showing initiative and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of like for me, my college experience. I loved it, but what would have got me a job is doing the things that I wish I would have done, which is just like me in high school athletics. Like there's certain things that if I would have just done this, would have been such a better player.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into the high school. Like, oh, I would have gone D1 if. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Is you kind of everybody has what do you call it? Regrets in life.
Yeah.
But all you can do is live with them. Hey, you live your life to the fullest. Live your best life. That's all I'm doing now. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna steer the topic a little bit. How are we feeling? I don't know if you guys have heard this news. Have you guys heard who the new Batman is?
Don't.
No,
man.
but I feel like I'm going to be excited while you guys are disappointed.
You are going to be excited. I don't know. Maybe you are.
I think you'll be excited, man.
Dude,
if you
I don't know.
I got questions for you.
No, I think.
Well, okay, but I also liked Leto as a Joker. I didn't exactly like the Joker.
See, and I
That's
don't dislike
fair.
Leto as a Joker.
I like
either.
Leto as an actor. I love Leto as an actor, but that
Yeah,
Joker they wrote for
absolutely.
him was absolute trash. So here's the new Batman, Brendan. I'm excited to hear your reaction on this.
Is it Val Kilmer again?
No, God, no. It's so much worse.
Damn.
He's a sparkly motherfucker. Took him 11 years to turn into a bat. Robert Pattinson, worst vampire ever.
So they canceled these movies already, correct?
That is the reaction I hope you would have. No.
Oh my God.
They went from Ben
I'm gonna
Affleck.
be excited. He said.
They went to Ben Affleck.
Who I actually didn't mind as Batman.
He was a
I like Ben
fantastic
Affleck.
Batman. He was
good, yes.
funny. He kind of had the stoic, grumpy Bruce Wayne look to him, and I loved it.
Yes. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
we're-
he exceeded
I thought
all
he
of my
was.
expectations.
Yeah, I thought any Batman movie I see, or any movie with him as Batman, I was like, wow, I can't believe Ben Affleck was actually a good choice.
You know, I think I just answered as to how this Robert Pattinson could work. I said stoic and grumpy. What the hell was Robert Pattinson in Twilight? He was stoic and grumpy. Uh-huh. Maybe.
I guess.
I mean, he has kind of a face, but he seems like too young for Bruce.
young.
That's what I'm saying. He seems just way too young to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Christian.
just can't picture Edward as Bruce Wayne.
No. Here's what I hope it's all just a big joke, and at the end of the movie, they see him like with fangs, and he runs away.
And sparkling.
Okay,
he runs away into the sunlight and burns.
Him with some stubble, I can see a little bit of like a Batman kind of character.
I guess I've never really seen Robert Pattinson with.
Yeah, I guess I've never had the gay ass urge to just Google.
Oh yes.
Robert
Give me
okay.
Robert Pattinson with a beard, please.
Okay, I just Googled Robert Pattinson right now because I was like, did this guy get bigger so at least he's a muscular superhero? But no.
Yeah.
He's still
But-
skinny ass vampire ass Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
If he
getting
doesn't
eaten by
have
a-
stubble in the movie, it's going to be trash. I'm going to say that right now.
Oh, wait a minute. What is this?
Yeah, he's getting eaten by hedge mages and stuff in Harry Potter.
I'm looking at a picture of him in this movie called Good Time. He kind of looks like an old man. He might.
If he's in it, it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a good time.
Oh, zing, motherfucker!
Okay,
Goodness.
this image is apparently Robert Pattinson, I think. It
Mhm.
doesn't look anything like him.
You sending it
I'll
on the
send
Discord?
it here. Yeah.
Okay, I'll open it up. Our people need to see this.
Yeah.
The way that this is laid out is basically it's suggesting that it's Robert Pattinson. How much of that is factual, I don't know, because I don't watch his movies. But that's a different Robert Pattinson than I.
Oh, yeah. So I saw a picture similar like that in the on the Google machine.
Yeah, the Google machine, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just Google it here quickly.
The Googly Boys.
The Googly Boys. Oh shit, it's not there. Oh yeah, here. This is in Good Time. This picture right here. See that kind of looks like an old man. He almost pulls it off. Are you watching on Twitch?
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it's up right now. I'll send it in the thing too. I think, yeah. See, that's a problem though. He needs a full beard.
Georgie, knock it off.
Fucking cat yelling podcast.
Hey, I'm sorry. All right, she's mad that her bowl isn't completely full.
I respect that. Jesus
Temperamental.
Christ. We're gonna be in the middle of like a deep topic. Fucking cat, knock it off.
Honestly, we might be.
Oh, that's
They
gonna
get
be
annoying.
That's gonna be nice. I'm gonna enjoy that.
If he, you know what? If he has a beard, and here's my thing: that beard that you just put into the chat or whatever, that is very Brendan-like. So I think if he has a similar beard to Brendan's,
Brennan for Batman
I think it
2020.
looks a little bit better.
Brennan for Batman
Absolutely.
2020.
The only problem is that Batman never has a beard.
Right, but at least a little bit of stubble because that'll help.
But I
age
don't
him.
think, have we had a Batman that's had a little bit of stubble peeking out of that mask? I don't feel like we really have.
I think the closest one we've had has been Affleck. I think Affleck maybe did.
And it was more of like a
yeah,
5 o'clock
yeah.
shadow
Yeah,
more than it was stubble.
we're
too.
freaking
Yeah.
discussing beards. We are
That's
straight.
true.
We are so straight. I just
Well,
realized.
I mean,
No, I
You
re-
know we're from the Midwest when we're discussing beards, man.
that's true.
yeah, absolutely.
Gotta
yeah.
keep them nice.
Exactly.
But
Brendan keeps his looking good. I like what you got going on too, Lucas Rigo. I don't
Thank
try
you.
to do anything with my facial hair because then I just look like a pedophile and it's not a good time.
I
Because
mean,
just
as
get
long
that
as you're not on a
creepy Fu
list, right?
Manchu.
So.
I mean, yeah.
He could be on a list.
Oh man,
Sure.
I guess I never looked when I'm in his vicinity.
I haven't looked either.
I'm also on a list of people who flunked out of pre-med at the University of Iowa, so that's a thing.
They have a list of that. They just keep lists for like people who flunked
No.
out. Oh, okay. I was.
He
No.
does have
Like,
a
what?
pre-med shirt.
That's almost like profiling. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Mhm.
What was I gonna say? Something about Robert Patterson. I lost it.
Continuing the straight trend.
No.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, continuing the straight trend. Yes. Nope, I lost it. Let's move on. Does anybody care about Game of Thrones?
No.
I've never seen.
All right, me neither. But I think I've
All
seen
but
it.
one episode, and I was like, "This isn't terrible."
Every
But it was, I think, from the first season, and I've heard skip the first season from many people.
right. And here's what I don't understand is because I have never watched Game of Thrones except for like the first season.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've seen it all only because I scroll through Twitter every now and then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time a Game of Thrones episode happened, Twitter just blew up with the entire episode. Just like, oh, Sansa did this, Arya did this. And then like, oh, there was a big red wedding. Everybody fucking died, including these people. And here's a list.
Right.
I have seen the big red wedding scene. That is awesome.
That was cool. Yeah.
It was a nice scene. I've seen it on the YouTube because I had to look it up after people kept like
Oh yeah,
talking about
no,
it on.
that's the only reason I
Absolutely.
seen it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how they're so loose-lipped about what these throners are calling the revolutionary TV experience of all time. And Endgame
Just
came
spoiling
out.
it all.
Yeah, Endgame came out. Nobody talked shit about Endgame unless you went looking for spoilers. I have Alan from high
Yeah,
school.
you had to dig deep.
Alan from high school still has dodged all the spoilers somehow. And
That's impressive.
there's some big spoilers.
Well, he doesn't follow LaShawn McCoy.
No, that's true. He's not a sports fella, so God damn, LaShawn McCoy really fucked up.
First, the thing last
For me,
year was.
Mhm.
Oh, he gone.
Well, I was just gonna say LaShawn McCoy. First, the domestic violence thing with him last year, and then the thing this year with the end game is just 0 for 2.
He really has been, but what has come of that domestic beating? Is he in
Absolutely
jail, or they're just ignoring it? They're just saying,
Nothing.
"Oh, you're LaShawn McCoy. Go on with your day."
Exactly. He's not Ezekiel Elliott. It doesn't matter.
He's not Ezekiel Elliott. He's not Marshawn Lynch. We're not going to attack this fellow. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
Yeah.
Really cool NFL.
He's not-
I like the way you operate.
If he was a cowboy, oh shit, they throw the ringer at them motherfuckers.
Oh God, yeah.
It would have been ridiculous.
Hey, have you seen the Elliott video of this security guard thing?
I haven't. I haven't really heard the details of it either. I've just heard that
You
he did
told me to
something.
watch that before, and I told you, but I didn't. So I am sorry for lying about that. But no, I haven't seen it.
It is so stupid. And now the NFL is looking into it, so I know he's getting suspended.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Like now?
He probably will be, yeah.
Is this the same thing he got suspended for before?
No, that was domestic violence that never happened, and that was in his college days.
Oh boy.
Welcome back, Logic.
Wasn't
Thanks, guys.
really proven. Anyway, I won't say that it didn't happen because I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But very little evidence to say that it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. What other topics did you guys have? I didn't want to just leave my topic out there and be the only one.
I mean, I didn't plan any topics. I was like, I am just an in the moment kind of guy. So
Yeah,
we'll come up
See,
with
here's the
stuff.
thing. Here's what I've been telling everybody, like, well, just Alan from high school I've been talking to. But I said, if there's any quiet moments, I know some motherfucker that's going to fill it in, and that's going to be Brendan. And I can jump into that whenever
Sure.
I feel like. I know Brendan can
Absolutely.
talk for hours by himself. If we need Brendan one day, if we're in the future and this thing gets big, we're all sick, and Brendan's the only one that can do a podcast, he could just talk to himself, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. I could do Colin Coward's job.
Yeah, you
Probably
could.
better too.
Oh, probably.
Oh, welcome
Yeah.
back, Bubba. How you doing?
All right.
Lost you for a little while there.
Yeah. Freaking
He had something come up.
chiming in and shit. Jeez, I
Yeah,
love
no, I've
that.
seen that.
Here's one for you guys.
What's
Okay.
that?
Toilet paper, paper towels, all that stuff.
Okay.
Over or under?
Over under what? Oh,
How, okay.
Oh,
How would you? Wait.
I
What do
thought
you
we
mean
were
by
betting
over?
on fucking paper
Over under
I'm
how
a
many
hammer.
squares I use.
I'm a
No.
hammer the over.
I'm gonna hammer
Paper
the over.
towels.
I want
I'm gonna hit that over.
Paper
'cause I feel
towels
like
are
it's gonna
so
be
much more
too few
versatile.
squares.
Dude, I'm
All right.
God damn.
What if I told you I don't put either one in a holder?
So you just
Wait, you just let it fucking
lay it on
free
the
hang?
He's a
finger
psychopath.
of
That's
the
disgusting.
toilet paper?
Ah.
I just set it on the hanger
You're just a
for
psychopath.
toilet paper. My paper towels just stand up on my table.
I do that with
I
paper
don't.
towels. I'm the same with paper towels. But
That's
for TP, I'm a big put it on the stick, the springy stick, in between the two slot holes, and then I go over all the time. If you go under, you're a goddamn psychopath.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
then I'm a psychopath.
I
Yes,
go
you
under,
are.
and here's why.
Oh, under? You don't even put it on anything. What do you mean under? You have freeform TP.
No. Okay. So let me
You got
explain
squares
myself.
flying everywhere.
No, I don't. I have one square that's falling down. That's it.
I
All right?
take
Get
I
the
take
fuck
my
out of here. I will send you a goddamn picture.
I take my toilet paper and I rip it off individually and have it in a stack. That's what I do.
It's like a deck of cards that I just deal to myself.
I got
Anyway.
a pair. I got a pair.
Jesus Christ.
Go fish.
Anyway.
No. So, if I put it in, I put it over because I don't want people who come over to judge me.
I would heavily judge you.
But
yeah.
I put it under. I like it under because it helps the rip. Because not
Yes,
all
that-
of the paper towels that I have, or toilet paper that I have, rips very easily. Sometimes it doesn't. And I like.
So you
that
just
it
put your
helps
hand
it
on the
rip.
roll.
I have to have a hand on my goddamn cell phone.
That's fair.
Set that on the counter.
No.
Yeah, when I'm wiping, the cell phone goes down. Right? I feel like that's an
Yeah,
intense job.
My
that you
cell
have to
phone
be.
goes down
Yeah. So
after I have the toilet paper in my hand.
so why don't you just put it down before? Like, what's so interesting while you're shitting? That you can't put
I'm
it down a
watching a
second
video.
before. Yeah, but you can listen to it when it's on
He's
the fucking
looking at
counter.
Robert Pattinson's beard.
Oh God, I don't blame him. That's a great beard. That's a great beard.
It is a great beard. I don't know how he grows that.
It's
Oh
impressive.
man, he probably has some special oils,
Beard
man.
growth and
Okay,
Yeah.
but why do you? Is there another reason that you do under, Bubba?
I think under has more control than over. I think if
Control.
I rip on under, it doesn't
Okay, fair.
fall.
So you guys just take the one hand, you just rip it as fast as you can, it comes off, and point
Right.
you want it.
Right.
I
And
understand
if it's
that.
over, I've had it many times where I'd get like 20
Yeah,
squares falling on the floor.
Absolutely.
And
Oh,
you
then
try
you-
rolling that stuff back up.
It's not that hard if it's on the thing, as long as you don't have it freeform like Brendan over here. You just take two hands, you fucking slap at it like you're slapping at some titties. That's what you do. That's-
That was a lot for me to process in one short little span.
Yeah, that was quick. That was quick.
But oh boy, that was a great topic, Bubba. That
That
really
was
got us going places. That was great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I honestly though I've never cared if it's over or under or just sitting there.
Okay, I cared the other day at work, and I made a big ass deal about it because they installed new toilet paper rollers, and they have like a little screen thing so you can switch back and forth, two rolls side by side, so you can
Like- Like
push
they
the
did
window.
at Lewis.
yeah, like
Okay,
that.
So
Yep.
like when one's
So-
empty, you slide it over and
Yeah, just slide the little glass door.
Oh
thing
yeah,
over.
yeah, one of
And
those.
it's like-
Okay.
Oh okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
So-
had that at DSU.
So the reason I cared though is because the slider has obviously an area at the bottom where like the track where the thing can slide through. So if you have the toilet paper going under, it catches there, and then you have to reach inside this toilet paper roller and grab out individual squares and then just
okay,
blend it
I've
yourself
had that.
while you're on
I've
the
had
toilet.
that. That is hard to deal with.
So that's the only reason. That's one of the only reasons that I cared about over under. I prefer over just because I feel it's easier to roll them off.
Yeah.
But I get everybody's argument for under. So I it is what it is.
And-
well, and the thing with those containers too is
They
the
just
teeth
suck.
are the teeth are on top, so you can't really do an under on that.
Exactly.
Ah.
Exactly.
You know, because then
Yeah.
you're cross pulling or something. You know, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
At DSU, they had these toilet paper rollers that it's like a normal one, like built into the wall, like not the plastic ones with the cover or anything. It's just
The
built into the
metal
wall.
ones.
Yeah, the metal ones, right? And it's over, and you pull on it, and it locks at the top of it as it starts rolling. And as soon as it locks, you have to pull, and it rips off like one or two that you could grab.
Yeah.
How shitty is that?
That is so stupid.
That was the most annoying. I have a video of that, and it just says reasons I hate DSU. Number 1, like
Mhm.
that pissed me off
Wow.
so much.
Ironically, that's how Brendan got the idea to just tear squares off.
You just have
Yeah,
it
exactly. That's why I have a deck.
He's like, this is so convenient. I just pull off one at a time. I just rip them off.
Oh,
I can do it with
God.
one hand. I can keep my phone on, playing the video while I'm taking a shit in a public bathroom.
Also, Lucas, I thought you were a wipes guy.
I did, but all of a sudden my toilet's acting a little funny, so I don't think I'm gonna use those much anymore.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I've told you guys this.
But
Okay,
dude, they're
I
so
have-
nice.
I have some wipes that flush much better than the Cottonelle ones.
Mhm.
So I've done that, but I don't, use it a ton because I'm not home very often.
Mhm.
And so I haven't had to worry about that, thankfully. But I do feel like if I had used it so many times a day, constantly, all the time, it would just be terrible.
So on one hand you have portable bidets, on the other hand you have a broken toilet. It's tough. It's a tough
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah. I don't know,
You know-
what.
When I was overseas, that was the one thing I was like, I should really try the bidet, but I couldn't get up the courage. I was like, that's gonna feel so weird.
Mhm.
I can't do it.
Oh, come on. Live a little.
I don't-
When in Rome, shoot some water up your ass, okay?
I was in Rome.
That
I
is how the
didn't
saying
do
goes.
water
I
up my
know.
ass.
That is how the saying goes.
When in Rome,
When in
shoot
Rome.
water up your ass.
Water up your ass. Yeah.
Also,
Can we
you
get that on a
didn't see
t-shirt,
the
boys?
hotel room I was in Rome.
What's it?
You didn't see the hotel room I was in Rome.
I don't
It
think
was
so.
pretty fucking dirty for a
Oh,
3-star.
and it had a bidet
Oh yeah,
in like a dirty
Oh,
Rome
no
hotel.
way, then.
That sounded racist.
it had a toilet and then another toilet that you went to for the bidet.
Oh no,
What?
why? If it's
I
not
don't
built
know.
into one, I don't
I-
care.
I feel like it was because of American tourists. but you definitely didn't do your business on that second toilet ever, because there was no seat, no nothing.
Ugh.
So I don't understand it, but I also have never had a bidet, so I don't.
So wait a minute. It didn't have what was it draining into? Was it just on the floor? What was it doing?
It was a lower toilet, but all it had was the bidet kind
Oh.
of feature and a little bit of a flush.
Oh, weird.
So it was like a sloped ground that you have to like squat your feet over, right? You had to like shoulder width apart.
It looked like a toilet, but it looked like elementary school toilet height-wise,
Oh.
just without a seat and a button bidet and a button for.
Just sounds like
Or
a bad
no,
time.
actually
It
two
does.
knobs. It was almost like a faucet knobs, actually. Like, so one was for the bidet and one was to flush it. It was weird.
Oh my. You know, in Japan they have toilets. We're gonna be talking about toilets forever. In Japan they have toilets. That. So imagine a urinal on the ground with the back to the ground, and you just piss in that, and you just squat over it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
I implore you to Google it. It's interesting. I don't think you can
It
shit.
is.
I don't think you can shit in those toilets. I think that's the catch-22. But I can't imagine people drunk asses in Japan don't shit in those toilets.
Well,
But
it's
actually-
weird. Overseas, they have porta johns, but you have to pay. That way, they stay relatively clean.
Oh, I'd fight a bitch.
I need you guys to see this. I literally just Googled Japanese urinal. You guys have to see
Can I show
what
it on
the
the
hell the
stream?
second picture is. You can. I don't know how well it's gonna go over.
Well,
but
put
you
it in
can
the
show it.
Discord first.
Yeah,
And
put
we'll
it in the
decide.
Discord.
All right.
And I'll,
I don't even know how to describe this. I don't want to try to describe it. Just hold on.
To what?
to his
Hold on.
Japanese urinal.
The wall.
Oh, by Pink
Oh.
Floyd?
Yeah, it's like when you're in a porta john. Oh, hell yeah!
Oh my god. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Look at this chat. Look at this
They
cliche
actually-
1997. What's up?
They have that in Vegas too. There's a few places that they have just lips that you pee into for a urinal.
God, that's so weird.
It is bizarre.
Because I was
'Cause it-
genuinely
it-
trying to see what Lucas was talking.
This reminds me of the Flintstones. It's a living. So I gotta feel really bad.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh shit!
Oh,
I like how
man.
right next to it is a normal urinal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It was like,
Then it
So
looks
if you
like
feel
an
if you feel
animal.
uncomfortable pissing into this person's mouth, go ahead. You can use the other one. We don't judge.
Yes, but it looks like the one right next to the normal urinal is another big face as well.
Yeah.
think
Yeah. With
He-
different shorts though.
Yeah, he's got red shorts. Okay.
yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
god. I love
Listen.
Japan. They're wild. I want to go there
Very
someday.
wild. Those fucking green Kit Kats. I've always wanted to try.
So usually it's either matcha, green tea, and if you're unlucky, you'll get seaweed. I had the matcha, which is essentially green tea, right? That's what I understand what matcha is. I guess I don't know.
Mhm. It sounds right.
Yes and no.
It's
Well, I think authentic matcha is very similar, at least.
it tastes very leafy. It tastes like tea, like a very leafy
Well, yeah,
green tea, I guess.
the green Kit Kats that I know of are green tea.
Yeah, that's
So-
essentially what it tasted like. It didn't taste bad. I enjoyed it. I didn't eat them all. I had to throw. Wait, I don't think I threw them away. I think I have them back at my parents' house. So if you wanted to try them, they're like 2 years old now, but you can give it a shot. I mean, I don't think Kit
Kit
Kats.
Kats
Do they
don't
go
go wrong.
bad? Yeah.
They technically do, but you'll be able to see it. It's, you
Oh
know,
yeah, they get like that sugar bloom on it, and then you have.
yeah,
Then you have
it's
issues.
like all chocolate. You can always tell when it goes bad, but it probably doesn't for the most part.
Right.
Mhm.
As long as you don't have it in like intense heat or something, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, if it's got a white little glaze on it, don't eat it.
Exactly. And I've had the displeasure of eating something like that. And it doesn't mean that it's gone bad, but it means that the sugar in it is like literally blooming, kind of like a yeast, I think it is.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it
Yep.
doesn't mean it's bad, but the taste of it gets chalky. That's the texture, I guess, but it's just not. It's not great. It doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, but I think chalky is still how people describe that flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, it's just not.
It tastes like
It's not
chalk.
desirable.
Tastes like chalk chocolate. Haha, but I'm tiss. You're welcome.
All right.
You guys ever realize that the guy from the casting couch porn is probably just Harvey Weinstein?
Fair. Fair point. You know what? I never thought about that before, but now it's the only thing that I can think about moving forward.
Now it's gonna be hard
It's
watching
not
that,
gonna be
huh?
the only thing I think of, but it is not something I thought of.
I thought that was a pretty
Oh.
good little tidbit I found.
Perspectives with the Midwest best.
Yeah, no shit.
Going back to these urinals.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching Always Late with Katie Nolan on my ESPN Plus.
Love that
subscription.
show. Love that show.
Love her. She's
Fantastic.
awesome.
Little
Mhm.
plug in there.
Little
Hell yeah.
plug in there.
Yeah,
even
friend of
though
the
they're
show.
not sponsored.
Friend of the
No
show,
sponsored, but
Katie Nolan,
Not
friend of the
yet.
show.
Not yet.
I would love her to be a friend of the show.
Oh god,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to hang out.
It's gonna be
with Katie
tough
Nolan.
talking about piss and toilets for the entire half hour we have here, but
Yeah, it was a good
Probably.
segue, right?
yeah,
But
we went from
admire.
we went from toilets Harvey Weinstein to Katie Nolan, but go on.
One of the latest episodes of it that I've seen is they have Yelp reviews for stadiums.
Okay.
Oh.
And Wrigley Field had this Yelp review where this guy was talking about how he wants the trough urinals back. And
Why?
No.
I don't mind them, but I
No.
don't prefer them.
I mean,
Oh,
good.
I mind the hell out of them.
Me too.
She shared a photo or a video of this guy running and then diving and sliding in one.
No.
Oh,
no.
And she's after the video, she's like, "Oh, you mean these troughs?"
Oh my
that this
god.
guy is running through and doing a slip and slide in. I was like,
Oh,
that's
man.
no bueno.
That is a 0 out of 10, folks.
That guy has hepatitis. There's no question about it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
no.
even though people pour a bunch of their final beer drinks in there, it's still not going to do enough.
They do that. They throw their cigarette butts in there. It clogs it. There's piss just lining the entire thing. No.
Some
might
food
even
fell
be
out of
fecal
somebody's
matter
beard.
in there.
Oh god.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Some
one
food fell
thing
out of
I
Robert
do-
Patterson's beard.
The one thing I do enjoy about them, though, never a lot, because there's usually
Fair.
always a
Fair.
spot.
But that's
So
if
that's
I
that's
need
also a
to go-
problem in itself. Because there's never a line because everybody like squeezes in. I don't want somebody
Yeah.
squeezing in next to me getting piss on my leg.
Excuse me.
That
Pardon me.
excuse me, pardon me. Psst, oh, that's on your leg. Sorry, bud. Good luck, asshole. You know,
Yeah, we're crossing
There-
streams now. It's
There
never
is
cross the
a
streets.
there's a thought that if we just made all bathrooms in stadiums all stalls and let every gender go into the same bathroom,
I'd like
that there
that.
wouldn't be much, if any, line anymore.
The thing, so instead of having an all gender bathroom, you need to have at least one separate one for like a family bathroom. I feel.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So like everybody can go into this
That-
this one,
yeah,
guys and
that's-
gals,
yeah,
whatever. and
that's
then
the
if
one
you have
thing,
kids, take them to the family bathroom.
yeah, because I don't want to be sitting there shitting on the toilet while I'm dealing out myself, a full hand of cards of toilet paper roll from the toilet paper roll, and then listening to some kid fucking
And the
cry and
biggest
scream.
thing, one of the
you get a
biggest
flush.
things for
Yeah, exactly.
me is I don't mind if a female is in my bathroom or anything like that.
Not at all.
But if I was
I
a
don't want them to have to see a men's bathroom.
That's what I'm
stall.
saying. If I was a female,
That's what I don't want.
I wouldn't want to
Mhm.
share a bathroom with a guy. Men are
No.
fucking disgusting when it comes to bathroom etiquette and and
Oh, top to bottom.
cleanliness. Like,
Top to bottom.
oh god, yeah, the shit that I've seen, literally, the
Ugh.
shit that I've seen in a men's dorm's bathroom.
It's not
It's
even
things. What?
Even at Lewis, we had, I think, 3 days in a row. There was just shit smeared on the toilet paper roll,
Yes,
on the fucking toilet, the
Mhm.
wall. It's like, what the
I'm-
fuck?
that's what I'm
happened?
saying.
I'm fairly certain we had somebody shit in the urinal.
Oh
one
my
time
god.
at Lewis.
I remember that story.
Probably.
Yep, that was the thing that happened. Because Jared was still working at Lewis. And
That's
he was
also
really
one of my
fucking
favorite
pissed
South
off
Park
about it.
episodes.
Freaking
Who went number 2 in the urinal?
Jordan, you know, you guys know Jordan, right? I don't know if
Adolf,
Bubba
yeah.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling me a story when he worked at MDL where a guy came in all rushed and he went to the bathroom, came out. Jordan had to go after him. He walks in there, guy literally took a shit on the floor. Jordan had to like dead ass hose that bathroom down. Oh, like
You know what's crazy is we have stories like that in the women's bathroom at Lewis.
I've heard some actually, yeah. I was gonna bring that up too. Is I've heard stories of like girls like smearing men's like their period blood on walls and stuff and throwing tampons on the ground. Like, yes.
So in high school, I worked at the grocery store in town, and we had a single stall woman and a single stall men, and there were most of the time when I went to clean the bathrooms, the women's was worse than the men's.
Really?
There was hair all over the place, and you weren't sure where that hair came from.
Oh god.
There was menstrual all over the place, and and don't get me wrong, the men's wasn't that great either.
Yeah,
No.
but they're working with different machinery in there.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll give them a pass there. Plus, a lot of women just shed like fucking crazy, so
Right.
maybe. But yeah,
This kind of leads me into a topic I had written out already. So I have this written down, and I was going to make this a segment called In Other News, but I'll just bring this up now. So a bar in Ohio is raising controversy over menstruation-themed cocktails. This is a bloodberry margarita garnished with a tampon. Yes. So they say this is an effort to raise awareness for women's health issues. One patron quoted to say, "I think it's great they have found a way to get people talking about some of the needs. So this is a small way to bring awareness to a real good cause." All right. We're all
it has so many good things about it.
Yeah, right. We're all in our mid-20s here, right?
Yeah.
Who the fuck hasn't heard of menstruation?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's scary to think about how many people don't know about.
What is the real cause here that they're trying to promote? I get it's like not just to highlight. It's not just to highlight that women get periods, but like I feel like this is a very low-hanging fruit that people don't really care about, right?
Well, the thing about it is that like I feel like their intent was like, oh, let's raise awareness for the fact that like, you know, the pink tax or whatever, that women get taxed more for stuff like that, you know, because there are documented evidence and stuff like that, whatever.
But it's for different products. The pink tax.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
And this is not the way to do this though. You can't just be putting that shit. No.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
here's
my solution.
Things I feel like they could they were attacking. Like there's just so many different things, but they're trying to do so many things at once, and they just put a product that was. For me, it would be blasphemy. There's not a chance I'd ever order this. Like I'm a little grossed out about it. Nothing about the female body grosses me out.
Yes.
No.
Any point.
No, not even a little bit.
I'll get my Red Wings one day. Yep. Go on.
Yeah, and great joke, but wow. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I just don't even know where to go with it.
Here's my solution to this, right? Why not make a shot called the cervical cancer blaster, or the Tata tumor boomer, right? Serve it in like a tit mug. Where you have to like drink it out of the nipple. Like this is what I'm saying. This wouldn't have been too hard. I thought of that in 5 minutes after reading that article.
Oh man.
Holy shit.
Actually, that last mug idea, it brought me to one of the Instagram things I follow. It's an artist. He makes stickers and just different kind of things. But he has this, the Hawaii kind of aloha, thumb out, pinky out kind of thing. So it's that,
loose.
and then breasts for the palm.
For the palm of the hand?
Yes. And
I'm confused.
he has it. I'll get a picture for you. he has like a bunch of these stickers made, and he has some on his car and whatnot, and he gets so many notes of like, that's absolutely disgusting, and he
Really?
you know, and he just takes pictures of these notes that he gets on his car, and he's like, there's nothing disgusting about the female body. I don't get it, you know. It's just hilarious of what people really hate in the world.
I don't get why we've criminalized boobies. That's a damn shame. I'm really
I
sad
don't
about
either.
that. And I'm not trying to virtue signal here, but man, as a male,
It's just a titty.
I just want to see. I don't mind seeing titties. What's wrong with titty?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if a kid sees a titty, he saw a titty. What's that? Is it gonna kill him?
And here's the thing: is like all those people are like, "Oh, I don't like breastfeeding in public or whatever," like because well, what if the kid thinks sexually? That kid's just gonna think, "Wow, that baby is."
He might
fed.
get a little embarrassed. He might be like, "Oh, I don't want to see that. I'm a little boy. I don't want to see that right now." You know, he'll probably just look away.
Move on.
Yeah, he'll move on with his life.
He'll go feed a fucking duck at the park.
Exactly. He'll go playing around, stomping in puddles and shit, and he won't even think about that titty again until he's like around 12. I'll be like,
Exactly.
"Oh, goddamn."
Exactly. That titty in the park that one day.
Remember that titty in the park?
Oh gosh. Thanks, guys.
We remembered Broderick with that titty in the park. Congratulations, Broderick.
Way to go. Good job, everybody. Hey.
All right, hey, good for us.
Let's go.
Good for us, everybody. Yeah. All right, now we're just a Pat McAfee podcast. Good for us. I like that.
These are great things.
Friend of the
to
show,
hear
Pat
just before becoming
McAfee.
a parent.
Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be all right.
Like, that's what we're saying, though. It's fine. The kid sees a titty. He sees a titty. It's over. He's probably going to suck from his mama's titty. It's just a titty. Right? He'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It's just one more boob in a sea of millions of boobs to come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's crazy is it's not even the boob; it's just the nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
If
that is a good point.
They on TV, you can literally show everything but the areola. As soon as you see areola, it's like, nope, get that shit out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me. Have you ever seen Conan O'Brien talking to his censor?
No. What is this?
It's a video on YouTube on the Team Coco channel. I believe it's Team Coco.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a skit that he did on Conan on his show, and he was talking to the TBS censor, and so he's finding out everything that he can do within censorship.
Oh,
and so
this is going.
One of the things he brings in somebody is like, what if I wear these? And then he comes in and he's just wearing chaps with really just in underwear, basically, in like a brief. He's just wearing chaps in a brief. And he's like, yeah, I suppose that's okay. And he's like, okay, you're good to go. And once the guy turns around, it's actually a thong.
Oh.
It's all up his ass. It's just great. And yeah, he's asking words that he can say. And I highly recommend it.
What was the most surprising word that he was able to say on television?
God, I'm gonna have to.
Because
it was a sexual act. I think it was the Japanese sand blaster or something like that.
Oh, it's one of those.
There
like
we go.
it kind of alludes to something, but it never really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't fully spell it out like you would have to
And
Urban Dictionary.
he can, with TBS, you can say pretty much everything but the F word for the most part. So
even
he
the
didn't go
N-word.
into any of like those swear words or anything like that, just because everyone kind of knows TBS gets away with all that stuff. But yeah, and I don't remember it perfectly, but there's just a lot that's hilarious in that.
Yeah.
At one point, somebody's just wearing a fishbowl for their underwear. And it's just barely covering the private parts. It's like, can I wear this? And he's like, yeah, I suppose.
Like, so what do you mean by wearing a fishbowl? He was like hanging it on his
the
member?
Fishbowl, well, basically it was hanging in front.
So he had something strong enough. Like, how big was his fishbowl? Right? Could you guys hold a fishbowl with your wee-wee?
No.
I don't think I
No,
could.
I
I need
don't
to
have
I need
that
to
kind
do
of
some
strength
Jack
to hold a
Black cock
fishbowl with my
push-ups, I
wee-wee.
feel. That's before I'm able to do that.
I'll get a photo here.
Of the no, I don't want that.
Oh no, you do.
Fishbowl?
Of the guy fishbowl holding up. No, I don't know.
It's not a wee fishbowl.
Okay. Does he have it like strapped around him maybe? Because if he
That would
doesn't,
just be uncomfortable. How are you gonna sit in that?
you'd have to have like a cup. Otherwise,
You would assume, right?
yeah, you'd have to have something else covering you up under there. Otherwise, when you sit down, that's just gonna like sit up with you.
I don't
It's
want
not-
fish crap in my butt.
Don't want fish crap. No, but that's perfect though. You can feed the fish, and you don't have to go to the toilet.
Oh. You don't even have to worry about dealing yourself any squares.
Okay. Yeah, you got a personal bidet right there. It's a fishbowl full of fish, right?
Oh my.
They'll clean you off, I hear. They'll clean you off.
Yeah, they say.
They
I don't know
say.
who they are, but they say that.
Oh, they know their stuff. They know their stuff.
Also, drop the link to the video because I do recommend it. I did put the picture in there in Discord.
Oh boy, I'm gonna take a look at it before I. Oh yeah, so that picture you sent, Jack, was the one that I was talking about too, the urinal.
Okay.
Okay, this was good for TBS, so it's good
Awesome.
for our podcast. Oh my god, I had trouble imagining exactly what you were talking about. Now this is amazing.
Yes, exactly. That's the whole thing. It's like you can't really explain that.
No, a fishbowl. He just had fishbowl for his underpants. Like, what are you talking about, you crazy man?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier to feed your fish then. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh my god. All right.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the first half is him saying, finding out things that he can say, and then the second half is things that are basically fantastic video. Conan is a
shit.
great guy.
Another plug.
Another plug. Yep. Friend of the show, Conan O'Brien. Love that guy.
Big time.
No free ads.
I have his text. I have his number. We were texting earlier.
Hey,
We wished us well.
You're down with your boy.
I'm not gonna lie. If you had Conan O'Brien's phone number and you were holding that shit back,
Yeah,
from me,
we had a first.
I'd be so pissed.
We had a first podcast, and we don't have Conan O'Brien on the show right now. Like, what are we doing?
We failed.
We failed. Yeah, it's all right. We'll get him later. We'll get him. We'll have him tweet some things out.
He'll
We'll be
join.
we'll be
He'll be fine.
famous. We'll be famous before we know it.
He'll hop
It's
on.
fine. Well, boys, I think on that note, I think it's about time to wrap it up. So
Yep.
follow us at Midwest Best Yes on Twitter. That is our official Twitter at for our
Because
podcast.
at Midwest
get
Best,
verified.
at Midwest Best Pod, and Quivering Anus were all taken.
They were all
so we
taken.
couldn't-
Made us very sad.
I'm actually surprised that Quivering Anus was taken.
I know. I searched
Once you
that
said
on
that-
Twitter.
I heard that saying. I was like, oh, I don't even want to find out why it's taken, but I almost did.
The profile picture is just some guy in sunglasses. So I don't know. I didn't click on the profile. I refused to look.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
he's
don't
probably
look.
just a total Chad who thinks it's funny. That's my guess. All right. On that note, we're gonna close it off. Thanks for watching. See you later.